All right. Today I've added a few more books to my setup, just because I feel like I really should. Um, I feel like I'm still like bending over quite a lot, and I shouldn't be. So I wanted to add some height to it. Really, what I want to do is I want to get to actually using the monitors that I have here. It's just that right now they're on the corner of the desk, which means that if I sit there, then I'll be sitting and it'll be a little bit darker, and I don't really like that. The reason that I'm sitting here is that I have a big window and I have a view. So it's kind of nice to just be sitting here, which is also the reason why I haven't moved the monitors, because if I move the monitor, then it sort of takes up more space of the view. So right now I get a lot of light in to my eyes, and I see the view, which if I add the monitor here, I don't know, it will sort of take away some of that, especially since I need it to be like a little bit higher up. So that's why I haven't been using the monitors. It's also good right now with this setup because I get natural light shining in from the window, which lights me for the video. So it kind of helps with the recording. But either way, we're going to continue where we left off yesterday, with just designing the front end of this app to make it look a little bit better. Right now, I just made it look like this, but what we need is some sort of indication that we're actually loading a new match. And we also need to set up the we also need to set up the homepage to actually have a homepage, because right now we don't really have a homepage for the app. What kind of letter is this? NCH8PD. Okay, I just want to test something to see what happens if... because now we have 3 users in the queue. One user I seeded via the Cloud Shell. And I don't think that triggers the search algorithm or the join match making thing. I don't think it triggers that for the user that's here. I don't think it gets triggered. I don't know why. I don't really know which way it should work. If it should work where you like all users look for other users all the time, or if it's just like when you log in, you start looking for someone, but if there's no one there, then when someone else comes in, they will look for you. I don't know really, because right now it seems like that's the case. Like this user here, they're in the queue, but they don't see that there was another one added to the queue. And I don't know why they don't see that, but they don't. So we probably need to fix that, actually. Waitlist 1 active entries, and that's 80533. Why do we get 1 entry in the freaking thing? Okay, I'm not really sure what's happened now, but like it seems like it's not working. Wait, my camera's focusing on my arm for some reason. So, all right. Okay, so for some reason, the things that we've done before don't work. If I press leave here, it should leave this user as well, but it doesn't. I'm supposed to receive a left call message. Okay, maybe that's not something that we've done yet. I don't know. All right, so we're now in the call with the test person. If we press leave call, and then find a match again, then they got connected. What if I add this person again? Okay, I'm not really sure what worked and what didn't work. Oh yeah, this is what worked and what didn't work. So if I go to the match thing now, like this, and then, Okay, for now I'm just gonna assume that that works, because I think it does work. I think it's just that the seeding function that I've set up, I don't think triggers the backend in the right way. I think it's just a workaround to kind of add something to the queue, and it doesn't necessarily trigger the matchmaking or the WebSocket handler. And so it's sort of a way for me to find a user. If I have the device here, then I can seed users into the database in the waitlist, and then I can use this device to find those users. But those users won't find this user because they're like stale or inactive users, not real. I think that's the problem, actually. Which is good, because that means that we don't really have to worry too much about that. Okay. Right. Okay, I just want to show, like, this is what ChatGPT created when I said, like, I want a Apple-like, Apple-esque design for the app. And I explained a little bit about the features of it. This is what it came up with. This is pretty much what I wanted. I just wanted something that looks clean, that doesn't have too much personality to it. Because I don't want to do... I want it to be as simple as possible for the MVP, because I just want to get it done. And then once it's done, we can iterate on it and maybe make the design a little bit better. But I just wanted something that looks kind of clean and still clean and professional, which is something that I'm not very good at when it comes to designing apps. So hopefully this design is actually somewhat clean, somewhat user-friendly, and also just does the job, if that makes sense. Which is all I want for this page. So I think what it has created... Okay, so it's created some code here for these different pages. I did make some modifications. I did ask it to make some modifications to this, but basically this is going to be the setup, I think. So now let's create the pages. All right, now we'll see what this actually ended up looking like after I've added the stuff from ChatGPT. So this is what it looks like. Doesn't really match the theme. We do get a list of matches. None of this does anything. Start a connection, still connects to the way that it should. Okay, next match preview, we don't want that, but this looks pretty good. I think. The settings page I think we can remove because we're not going to have a settings page. The settings page is just going to be the profile page. To remove how... Okay, right now everything is purple. I don't want it to be purple. All right. So now we actually have the base layout of the app. It's super simple, and I think I want it to be super simple to start out with, just because we don't want like, I'm actually going to show you something. Adobe XD. I can show you the design that I have in my mind. It's like, this is something that could be used. Because this is what I was working on by myself a while ago when I was coming up with this idea. I haven't shown this in the videos previously because I just don't want to I didn't want to accidentally spoil anything, but now it doesn't really matter. So this was the idea. This was the idea for this is what the idea was. Now, I'm not very good at creating icons, so I just got some basic icons to kind of show what this could look like. Basically, I was thinking that this would be like the homepage, and then this would come, and you would have the stats for the users, and this could be like, you could have streaks with people. So like, if you've had one call every day, you get a streak, and then you can continue that streak if you want to. Yeah, there was a lot of ideas that I had for different things, but this is maybe further down the line. And this is what I had also as a design for, like, when the idea was that this was going to be like an event every week. It was supposed to be like, oh, welcome to date night. And then you get into like the waiting room before date night starts, and the warm up, where you basically have just questions that you can flip through. And then this is what the phone call looks like, and this is what the actual app looks like right now, I think. And then after the phone call, you get this, which is the person that you talk to. You can see their picture and some info about them. That's kind of the idea. but I think that this design is maybe a little bit too advanced. Like right now, what we want to do is we want to make an MVP, and all of these things are maybe good ideas. It's just that it's not the MVP, and the best thing I think I can do is just get something out there. Because once I can get it out there, then I can iterate and like update, make it better, improve, improve. And the idea from the start was to have this sort of like beige type of color palette, beige and pink and red and all that stuff. But I'm sort of like a little bit divided between like, should you have it like that, or should you actually just stick with something that's super simple? Like this might seem boring, but the idea is not for the app to be super interesting. The idea is for the app to just be there to help you connect with people. So yeah, maybe a simple design like this is just good enough for the MVP at least. We have a sign out button. We have your matches here. This is a feature that we need to connect to the back end so that it actually loads real matches. And then we have the start connections. You can actually start talking to someone. And then when you press that, you get this load screen where we actually load the app, or we wait for someone to connect with. And then you get that little quote. We changed this to look a little bit better. We have a progress indicator, circular progress bar, just indicating like, okay, we're searching for someone, so something is happening on the screen. And if I get tired of the screen, then I can press back and I will get back, essentially. So we can try and see if we can get a match going. Yes, we got a match. And then we press leave, leaving call, and then we end up on the start screen here again. What I would like to see is what happens if we press back and then we press. Okay, that's actually really good. Like it updates the, if I press back here, we do update the waitlist queue, so we don't end up with like people in the waitlist even if they've exited out in that way. So that's a good thing. But now I guess the app, I mean, this is really, it could work, this, what we have right now, which is kind of cool. The only thing really left right now is to, like, for it to actually work. Like right now it doesn't actually work because we don't get a proper, I don't know what it's called, but like connection token for Agora, which is the engine that we're using to facilitate the actual phone calls. We need to set that up properly to generate a unique token for every single phone call so that we can actually have phone calls. But that is just a little step that needs to be taken, and then the app works in terms of like being able to match two users to get them to talk. And then we can iterate on that, make it better, and yeah, do a lot of things. What I am thinking about adding pretty soon is a timer here of some kind, that, or a progress bar of some kind that just like as you're talking, it slowly fills up, and the more that it fills up, the less blurry the background becomes. And the background is going to be the profile picture of the user. So the idea being that if you spend 10 minutes talking to someone, then you get to see them as well. I don't know what I think of that. Like there's a certain value to the idea of like, you not being able to see them while actually being on the phone call with them, because what could happen is you could be talking to someone and slowly their picture gets revealed, and then you realize that, okay, I'm not attracted to this person, so I'm going to press next. And they'll know that you pressed next when you, at the point when you saw them, because they saw you too. So it will be this kind of like thing where you might notice that the other person's energy shifts as they actually see what you look like, in a positive or negative direction, I don't know, but that might not be super nice as a user experience thing. It's a really cool feature, I think, for like gamification of this thing, where you like, you want to stay on the call so that you actually get to see them. But we could also do something where like you have 5 minutes to talk to the person, and if you reach the end of that 5 minutes, then the phone call ends automatically, but you will then reveal that person, and then you can decide to like them or not. And if you like them and they like you, you match, and then you end up in the, you have them here in your matches, and you can just press call again if you want to, and you can talk to them again if you want more info about them or whatever. I'm not sure if the, like this, what I want for this app is to not have chat features at all. I don't want any type of asynchronous communication within this app. I only want calling features to be available. So the idea might be that you don't actually have any type of texting functionality. All you can do is talk on the phone, and if you do like that person a lot, then what you can do is you can ask for their phone number or their Instagram or something like that. But like when you feel comfortable, that's what you can do. You can add features to this app too, where it's like after a certain amount of days, you can send them a message. So maybe if you've talked to them for 3 days in a row, or 3 days, 3 times, then or a certain amount of minutes, then maybe you unlock texting, for instance, and then you can text the person. The whole idea is just to kind of reverse engineer the way that dating apps work today, or reverse the way that they work, because usually they start texting, they start with texting, which is asynchronous, and usually the start of the match, the texting is super asynchronous, so the texting is very slow. And then the more you invest in that person, the more frequent you start to text, and then maybe you actually meet up in real life and then you have actual conversations, and all of a sudden it's the communication is more frequent again after that. But the idea here is to kind of reverse that. So you start out by talking a lot and kind of getting past the, is this someone that I would be interested in, before you move on to the texting stage. Because the idea is then when you get to the texting stage, you're actually invested in this person and you want to continue talking to them. So then the asynchronous communication won't be as much of an issue, because you'll both probably be invested. That's the idea. But that's pretty good. We've got we got an app that actually looks like something now, compared to what we've had for the past, like, what is it, 52 days? So yeah, we're actually getting close. I don't know how long I've been saying that for, but this is genuinely close. If I just fix the token thing on Agora, then it's literally like a functional app at this point, which is really cool. So yeah, anyway, that's it for today, and I hope I'll see you in the next one.